right, good morning everyone. I am Misty. This is Dinner on a Dime, and today's video is going to start a 4-part video series on foods that you can use way past the expiration dates, okay? So I've been asked time and time again on the channel, what about this food? What about this food? How safe is it for this one? Be your own judge here, okay? You guys do your own research. Watch some content online about taking things past their expiration or best by date. I am going to kind of give you what I am comfortable with in my home, but again, you are the judge for your house, okay? So you're going to have to decide how far past an expiration date you're comfortable taking certain items. This is just, like I said, I am no food expert, okay? I can make videos all day long. I'm not a food expert. This is just based on my research. It's based on my years of cooking in my kitchen. And so I want you guys to do what you are comfortable with in your home, but this can just be kind of like a starting guide. It can give you some ideas, and then you can decide if you're willing to do that or you're not willing to do that in your home, okay? So these are the first 5 items we're going to talk about that I have out. And so we're just gonna start over here. We're gonna work our way this way, and we're gonna jump into it, okay? So the first one I have is just boxed pasta. So boxed or bagged pasta, okay? So this is just Barilla rotini, I believe, rigatoni, sorry, pasta. So how far can you take pasta past its expiration date? This box does not expire until November of 2027, okay? I did make notes on all of these items. That's what the green sticky notes are. So I would definitely have no problem taking pasta 1 to 2 years past its expiration date if I don't see any evidence of tampering with the box or creatures that have worked their way into the box. Now, I do have a big, like 5-gallon bucket that I will store the bagged items in. These items that are in boxes, I typically just store on the shelf. And I haven't had any problems with it, but you do want to pay attention to potential issues with pests getting into your food, right? So I would have no problem taking this 1 to 2 years past the expiration date. If I still have it at that point, I would probably feel comfortable taking it longer, but it just depends. If it doesn't start cooking as well, then I would probably just go ahead and dispose of that product at that point. So what are some things you can make with pasta that maybe you have on your shelf and you're just like, I'm tired of spaghetti, I'm tired of chicken Alfredo, like what are some additional uses I could have for pasta? So remember, you can make pasta salad. Pasta is really good to put into different soup recipes. You can actually make a pasta stir fry, and you can make pasta risotto. So those are some things to look into. And then the nice thing about pasta is, especially different shaped pastas, if they have gone too far past their expiration date and you just either don't feel comfortable cooking with them any longer, or you find that they're not cooking up as well as they once did, that is a great product to donate. So kids can use them in crafts. So churches, daycares, elementary schools, wherever you can donate it, because they're always making things with pasta, like pasta necklaces and bracelets and different things like that. And so this is a good one that you, if you have taken it too far past their expiration date, donate it, and that way it can still be used. All right, the next item we're going to talk about is white rice. Okay, this is just a 1-pound bag of white rice. So I typically buy my rice in the bigger bags. I buy it in like the 20-pound bag, and I actually store it inside of a food grade 5-gallon bucket. But I do have some just emergency short-term like 1-pound bags of rice. Why do I have these if I have a 20-pound bucket, you might ask? Okay, because when my mom needs rice, or my brother who has his first apartment needs rice, or we are making donation bags to take to the little pantry, these are nice items to have in there and be able to give someone so that they can take it easily instead of having to get it out of your big bucket and put it into Ziploc baggies and all of that stuff. Having some of these around is nice. I do support, like, I don't want to say I support members of my family. That's not what I mean. But when people come over to my house for like a party or anything like that, if I notice that someone in my family is struggling with food and food security, I'm going to send them home with easy things like this. And that's because some of our family members are like younger kids, right? And they're just starting out, and they don't have a lot of money, and they're just trying to do the best they can. And being able to throw together a bag with some simple staples in it is a great gift to give someone. Just, hey, take this home with you. And they're not afraid to ask either. Trust me, they're not afraid to ask when they come over. But how far can you take rice past its expiration date? You can take this at least 10 years past its expiration date. Again, you just want to keep it where it doesn't get any pests into it or anything like that. What are some ideas for how to use rice? Because maybe you're new to cooking and all you're used to doing is simply just cooking rice and eating it, okay? So what are some other ideas that you can utilize your rice for? You can do stuffed peppers, which are delicious. You can make rice cakes. You can do sushi bowls, any sort of rice bowl. Like I love just doing like chicken and rice and soy sauce is really good, or teriyaki sauce is really good. You can make rice pudding, and don't forget you can cook up rice and freeze it and then have it for things like tossing it into soup, or you can unfreeze it and have it with meals. You can freeze it, get it out later, make stir fry with it. There's all sorts of things you can do with your rice, okay? So that one is a good staple. It lasts a good long time. Okay, next up we're going to talk about canned beans. Here I have a can of cannellini beans and a can of red beans. I store all types of beans. Great northern beans, kidney beans, green beans. I have a lot of beans in my house. These are great for soups and stews, for casseroles, all different sorts of recipes that call for beans. I like beans in my chili. I like beans and red beans and rice. All sorts of beans, okay? So how long can you take your canned beans? You can easily stretch these 5+ years past their expiration date. Now, what you want to pay attention to is the condition of the can. Is the can dented? If so, use it up before, its expiration date. Use those cans first. If you see any sort of signs of rust or bulging, I would not use that product. If you open it up and you notice a really bad smell or the color is off, then don't use it, okay? Something's gone wrong in that can. It's not that the food doesn't last longer than the expiration date. It's just something went wrong in the canning of that particular item. So what are some uses for beans? Like say you stock up on beans and then you just get tired of them and you're like, okay, I need some extra ways that I can use these beans. You can actually put beans in brownies. You can make salad with beans in it. You can make burger patties. So if you're looking for ways to stretch your meat budget, make some burger patties using beans, black beans, which I do keep black beans as well. You can make fritters. Don't forget, you can add these in soups and stews, things like red beans and rice. You can make hummus, and you can make bean butter. So just a few ideas. And guys, remember, do a quick Google search. If you have something sitting around and you're not sure if you can still use it, do a quick Google search. Or if you're not sure how to use it or how to utilize it, do a quick Google search. So like, is my canned corn still good past this expiration date? And then you can look up ideas on how to use your corn and stretch your corn farther, right? It's not rocket science here. It's just do a quick Google search and see how to use your items. Okay, this next one's gonna probably be a little more controversial. Peanut butter, okay? Just a jar of peanut butter. Now, I didn't go over the expiration dates on all of these items, sorry. If you're curious what the bag of rice says, it says best by 2027. So again, I would feel comfortable taking that 10 years past. These beans have actually been on my shelf for just a little bit. This one is good until 2026. Again, I would stretch it at least 5 years past that. And this other one is best by 2028. So I would have no problem stretching it at least 5 years past that date, okay? And trust me, food doesn't sit around here that long. It will sit sometimes, but like I said, I have a working pantry. I'm working through that inventory constantly. Okay, peanut butter. This one has a best by date of 2027. Again, I would feel comfortable stretching it past that expiration date for at least 6 to 9 months. Now you're saying, now this food video is supposed to be about really stretching ingredients a long time past the expiration date. Yes and no. Peanut butter, I have found I can take longer than that if it has been stored correctly in a cool, dry, darker place in the house. I have found I can stretch it further. However, peanut butter does have oils in it that can break down over time. So you're going to have to see how your peanut butter does in your climate to see how far past the expiration date you can take it. But once it is opened, start paying more attention to it. It is not going to last like indefinitely once you open this, okay? I'm talking about sealed, peanut butter in a cool, dark place in my house. So what are some things we can use our peanut butter for? Thai noodles, cookies, ramen, stir fry, homemade granola. There's all sorts of dips you can make, vinaigrette dressings, and then one of my kids' and my husband's favorite thing to do is just make peanut butter toast. Of course, you got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for your kids, but make sure you're using your peanut butter, especially once it's opened. If it's not opened, I find I can probably stretch mine easily a year past the expiration date, okay? So I would probably say, that this one will take me into 2028. All right, next we're gonna talk about a food that is an indefinite time frame. So looking at honey, okay? This is just a jar of local honey. I've had it for probably 2 seasons because I buy them when it's farmer's market time. And then I use them slowly until I don't have them anymore. And so honey will last you indefinitely, okay? It will last forever. If it starts to crystallize, that is okay. You can warm it slowly in a pan of warm water. It will re-liquefy. It will be just fine. Okay, so what can you use honey for? Obviously, it is a sweetener you can use in lots of different recipes. It is great making bread products, but you can use it as part of a glaze for meat. You can put some in your yogurt. You can make honey butter. It's great for adding to granola. It makes delicious marinades, and you can make simple syrups for drink mixes, all using your honey. Okay, so again, this one will last you indefinitely. I would like to add as a side note, I have had this blue agave syrup. It expired in 2021, 8/5 of 2021. I am still using this. It is just like a honey. I have had absolutely no problems with it. The coloring is still perfect. The liquid consistency of it is still perfect, and the taste is still perfect. So I am kind of, I guess, experimenting to see how long this blue agave is going to last me, if it lasts me as long as my honey. But yeah, we've had absolutely no problems with this one either. So that's a good one to stock up on when you find it at a great price, because it is going to last you indefinitely, okay? So that is the first 5 that I'm going to show you. Like I said, this is going to be a 4-part series because I don't want this video to be like 18 hours long. We are going to come back. We are going to do part 2 with 5 more, part 3 with 5 more, and then part 4 with 5 more. So we're going to talk about 20 foods total that you can stretch well past their expiration date, okay? So make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell. That way you will get notified as the other parts of this series come out on my channel, okay? So I'm gonna stop here for today. I hope you enjoyed these first 5 items. Let me know if any of these are things that you stock in your house, and if you have a differing opinion on how long you can take them. Maybe you have found that in your house you can take peanut butter 2 years or 3 years. Let us know how you're doing that, because I'm very interested always in making my food stretch as far as possible for as long as possible. In case something gets left on the shelf, I want to make sure we can use it down the road, okay? I will see you in part 2 of the video. Bye.